Hello everyone and welcome back to Packing with Purpose. It's Haley and I have something so exciting to share with you today. So I have been so inspired by Kelly from Kelly's Kids and Denise from Everything OCC and of course Tiffany from Blessed and OCC Obsessed. They have been sharing some of the cutest filler projects and Kelly issued an April filler challenge to focus on the 2 to 4 age group. And so that's what they've been working on and what they have also inspired me to work on. And I don't know who started the cup filler, but oh my word, have I had so much fun with these little cup filler ideas. It is by far my new favorite way to pack filler. I love it so much. So I want to share some of my filler ideas with you, and I hope that I can inspire you as much as some of the other ladies have inspired me. So I've got some filler packs here in a few different stages, and I'm gonna share them each with you. This video might be a little, maybe a little long because I'll have to get into and out of each package, and just beware there will be some crinkling because these bags, these little cellophane party bags, are crinkly. So basically there is a cup. I'll give you the rundown of one. There is a cup inside and the cup is filled with all kinds of goodies. These goodies are age appropriate for a 2 to 4 year old, and so I've got these adorable little labels. The Dinosaur label, the Sesame Street label, and oh, that's it. Those two came from Tiffany at OCC Shoebox Packers. She has them available for download. And then the race car, the farm, and the heart with the bear, I actually made those labels, but they have also been uploaded to the OCC Shoebox Packers Facebook group. So if you decide to make some filler of your own, there are plenty of adorable labels for you to choose from there, free to print. So I would highly recommend checking that out. Also, some great inspiration posts. Okay, let's jump right in. So I'm actually gonna start with the one that is open. So that's just gonna be the easiest one to start with. So I'm gonna get these out of the way. This one will have a boy 2 to 4 little farm label. So this pack has a farm theme, and I'm actually going to bag it up for you because I wanted to show you the kind of bag that I'm using, and just how it goes all together in there so nicely. So here's our label, boy 2 to 4 with a little farm theme. And then I'm just going to take these things out and I'll show you, give you a more detailed explanation of what's in here. Okay, so again, this is just filler, so not intended to be, you know, the big bang in the shoebox, but it is intended to fill up some space if something has to be removed or if the box is not quite full. So in this farm themed filler pack, I've got obviously a little black cup. This is a ball. I'm not going to show too much of it because it is a promotional ball from somewhere in my area and I don't really want to give that away. So, but it's just like a little squeezy stress ball. They gave me a ton of them, and so I've been dropping them down. They fit perfect down in the bottom of these cups, and then the child has a ball to play with. So in case their shoebox doesn't have a ball in it. The next thing for him to play with, so I just printed this little farm scene, cut it out, glued it onto some red construction paper to make it a little more durable, and then laminated it so that it is really durable. And he can play with it in 2 ways. So in this organza bag, he has 5 little, colorful farm animals. So he's got an orange cow, a green chicken, a purple sheep, a red horse, and a blue pig. These I bought, I think I got them from Lakeshore Learning. They are intended to be like little counters and I used to teach kindergarten, so I had a ton of these that had never even been opened. So I'm breaking them up and putting them into bags for littles to enjoy. So he can use his farm animals on his farm mat, or since it's laminated, he can also use it as a Play-Doh mat. So this is just the little, I think it's 1 ounce, is that what it says? Yes, the little 1 ounce container of Play-Doh. I got these on Valentine's clearance. They were intended to be, you know, like distributed as Valentine's. So that's his kind of the play part of his filler pack. Then he also has this teeny tiny little coloring book. It prints on 1 page, just a single sheet, and the way that you cut it and fold it makes it a double-sided coloring book. If I can remember where this came from, I think the link is on it. Here, it's easypeasylearn.com, and they had a bunch of these. They're free to download and print as well. But I just thought that made a super cute little coloring activity for him. So of course he's got a 4-pack of crayons to go along with that. These I get from the party section at Hobby Lobby. I think it's $1.99 for 12 boxes, 10 or 12 boxes. A spoon. This is out of the infant flatware pack from the Dollar Tree. I think it's 12 in there for, you know, $1.25. And then I just cut him off a little strip of stickers. So the way that all of this fits down in here, in order to not mess up the stickers, I wrapped them around the ball and then dropped it down in. His little farm play mat curls up, and since it's you know, on the construction paper and laminated, it is really durable and bending is no problem for it. Then I put his little coloring book kind of down the back. Spoon goes in here. Crayons I laid down flat. That way the 2 more fun looking things were right up on top for both the child and the processor to see kind of what was in here. So when I package these, again, sorry about the crinkling, I just open up. These are the little, at the Dollar Tree, I think they're labeled as loot bags. And you get 20 in a pack for $1.25. They are cheaper at my Walmart. I can also get 20 in a pack for 97 cents. Sometimes the ones at Walmart are patterned though, and I prefer the clear ones. So in case the processors need to see what's in it, or especially to make sure that the label is visible, I much prefer the clear ones. I'm gonna make sure that's down in there, and then just gather it up. I give it a twirl, get it nice and tight. And these are just the little bread tie type things that come with it. And so that is a finished farm themed cup filler pack for a little boy age 2 to 4. And I just love it. I've had so much fun putting this together. All right, so let's go with the one that's open next. This one is for a little girl age 2 to 4. Now this cup is a little bit smaller, and it does have Santas all over it, but I got these for like, I don't know, 3 cents or something after Christmas a few years ago, and I have just a ridiculous amount of these little Christmas cups. So I'm putting them to good use in these little cup fillers. Here's her label. This one is full of mostly Valentine's clearance things, so it's kind of got a little love theme. Okay, so that's a little bear holding a heart. She has a puzzle. Now this would not fit into the cup, but I got these. It's just a little, they were intended to be Valentine's. Just a tiny little, it breaks apart. Can you see the lines? Yes, it breaks apart to be a puzzle. And in one of Kelly's videos, she talked about including a letter and a note in her filler, and then she went back and said that OCC does not want letters and things in fillers. So since this had a place to include to and from, I did want to fill it out, but not with any identifying information or anything that would disrupt the integrity of the original packers of the box. So it just says, to a very special child from someone who loves you very much. So I don't think that that will be a problem. But I did want to fill it out so it didn't just look empty. And then, oh man, this one has so much fun stuff in it. I loved packing these. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and so this 2 to 4-year-old little girl's age range is so fun for me. She helps me quite a lot. So let's go from big to small, and I'll kind of put it all back in there. So I just made her a little coloring book. It's a little half coloring book, and it has some, I should turn it so you can see it, It just has, my printer will not do double-sided, and I think that's fine because then she gets the back to draw or put her stickers or anything she'd like. And so I made this. There's a few little pages that say, Jesus loves you, I love you. So that way her little coloring book just has a cute little love theme, so sweet. So that slips right down in the back of the cup. The next thing I put in here was an actual Valentine. So I have bought some Princess Valentines on clearance for, you know, cents after Valentine's Day. And so each cup got a different princess, just with a sweet little encouraging message on there. They can use it to decorate or, you know, whatever they like. So to go along with the princesses, I also had some princess stickers. So I just cut up some strips of those and dropped them down in here as well. These super fun little glasses I got after clearance, after Valentine's on clearance. So she's got a pair of fun heart-shaped glasses. These rings are, I think, meant to be cupcake toppers, but anyway, they're precious. And so she's getting a ring and also a string of fun party beads. I get those from Hobby Lobby. So those go down in there. And after Valentine's clearance, stamper. My daughter's obsessed with these stampers, and so I think other little 2 to 4-year-old girls will love them. And since she has blank pages in her coloring book, then she has somewhere to stamp. I'm realizing that she doesn't have any crayons, so I'm not going to tie this one up because I need to put some crayons in there. Also, a little pink and purple slinky. So fun, so fun. There's that one. So I'm going to drop the ring down in, and then I had the slinky and the stamper kind of up at the top. And so this, since the puzzle doesn't fit into the cup, what I did was I made 7 of this one, by the way. I had enough stuff to do 7, enough pairs of glasses. That's what I went by for how many to make. So I just put the puzzle along the back, and then the label along the front. And when it gets tied up, that kind of helps to keep the label front and center. And it also covers up a little bit of the Santa Claus on the cup, which I liked. But I'm not going to close this one up, so that way I will remember to put crayons in there. And I don't think I mentioned, but I made 5 of the farm theme cups. So there were 5 farms, 7 hearts and loves. All right, this one is so fun, so fun. I'm gonna have to open it, so bear with me just for a second. Okay, so this one is for a 2 to 4-year-old boy, and it has a car theme. I only had enough stuff to do 2 of this, but that is two boxes that will be blessed by some fun filler. So this is a car. The wheels don't, you know, it's all just solid plastic. The wheels don't actually turn. But I bought these from the Dollar Tree some years ago, and I have just had them for a long time, and finally decided to pop them down into this filler box. This also is from the Dollar Tree, and this was an Easter egg. So I open it up because it has some surprise goodies. This is absolutely inspired by Kelly. She used so many different kinds of fun eggs to make her filler packs, and I just thought that was such a great idea and so fun for the little ones to open it up and see what's inside. So inside his car egg, he has a blue whistle and a little smiley face bounce ball. So that's what's inside of his egg. I had to kind of finagle it to get both of those things to fit in here. but I think that will be really fun for him to open up. And then also, you know, he can use this as another little car toy. So technically he has 2 cars. He's also got a spoon, a toothbrush, so in case his box doesn't have a toothbrush, or perhaps he has a sibling, or he could just save one for later. A red pop tube. These little clappy hands are so, my little girl loves to play with these, and so, you know, anything to make a little racket makes a little one happy, and I hope that he will also enjoy it. I apologize to his grown-ups, but he will have so much fun. This is a pack of crayons, again, inspired by Kelly from Kelly's Kids. If you don't watch her channel, you should. She's so great and so helpful. She showed how she takes 24 packs of crayons and breaks them up into smaller sets. And I actually only had one 24 pack of crayons left in my stash. And so I did just that for these 2 car cups. So he's got some crayons to go along with his miniature coloring book. So again, I made this one. My printer does not print double-sided, like I said, so the backs of the pages are blank, and I think that is okay because that gives him some place to draw his own cars, or he doesn't have any stickers in this cup, but Lightning McQueen, I just had to put him in there. So there is, you know, nothing fancy about this at all, but I do hope that it will bring a little joy and an extra blessing to his box. So I'll show you how I pack it back in here. I think I will. I had the crayons. Since they're in that plastic packaging, that's like, I get them off the baking aisle. They're like cookie bags, I think is what they're called. But anyway, and I use those Jesus Loves You stickers to seal them up. Okay, so I had all of his tall things right here, and then his big car tucks in right there. Little clapper hand, and that way this car kind of sticks up right on the top. So then, although I would like for it to stick up the other way, maybe like that, so that when it goes down into the bag, of course I want to put his label, boy 2 to 4. Again, all of these labels and so many more are on the OCC Shoebox Packers Facebook page. There are so many wonderful people in that group who share things that they have made and their ideas, and so it's a great place to be. Anyway, this is the boy 2 to 4, and I made 2 of these. All right. Oh gosh, we're at 18 minutes, but you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna show you the other 2. This one is a boy 2 to 4 with a dinosaur theme. So let's see what is inside. These cups I snagged at a warehouse sale. I got, I think, 20 orange and 20 black. They were in like the holiday section, marketed with like Halloween stuff, but they have absolutely nothing on them. And they still had sticker, like the pricing sticker on them. So they were brand new, but I got the stack of 20 orange ones for $1 and a stack of 20 black ones for $1. And I've just been hanging on to them. I haven't had anything to do with them. And so this filler project, just absolutely perfect for what I already had in my stash. Speaking of stash, these little dinosaurs, I got, there was a Family Dollar in my area closing a year or so ago, 6 months, I don't know, some time ago. And they had these 5 packs of dinosaurs. All the toys went to like 70% off, I think. So I got a 5-pack for just a little bit of nothing. These are the little tiny dinosaurs from the Dollar Tree. They come in the set over in the toy area. He also has a yellow whistle, a pack of alien crayons. It says, "You're out of this world." I got these on clearance after Valentine's Day from Walmart, I believe. Oh, he has one more dinosaur, one more little dinosaur, so he has some to play with. Some super fun dinosaur stickers. They're a little more, oops, kid-friendly, I think. They don't look like scary dinosaurs. They look like silly, fun, cartoony dinosaurs. So that's great for this age group. He also has a spoon. Those are from the infant cutlery pack at the Dollar Tree, 12 to a pack, I believe. A toothbrush as well. And in the bottom of his cup is this same squishy stress ball that I'm just gonna leave in the cup so that the logo doesn't accidentally show. And this is a free printable, again, from OCC Shoebox Packers. Tiffany made this little coloring book. She made some dinosaur cup filler as well, and so she made this to go along with hers. And I just printed it out to go into mine as well. So just some super cute little dinosaur images for him to color. And her coloring books are more professional than mine. She does such a great job of creating those resources for her shoeboxes and for all of us to use as well. So, all right, so coloring book, toothbrush, spoon back in. His crayons were laid across flat. Stickers just kind of get tucked in the back. And then his whistle, his 3 little play dinosaur, and his big yellow dinosaur right on top. Back into the cup it goes. Label down in the front. Now, I have never worked at a processing center. It is on my bucket list. I'm hoping to get there this year. Like I said, my daughter's 2, and so last year it just wasn't in the cards for me because the closest one to me is almost 3 hours away, and I'd have to stay in a hotel and do a couple of shifts over several days. So I just couldn't be away from her that long. But for those of you who have worked in a processing center, tell me, do you think I should tape this label to the cup, or do you think that it will stay, you know, visible to the processors inside the bag without tape? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Okay, this is the last one. Oh, I didn't say, but I did make four of the dinosaur cup fillers. And most of this came from my stash, truly. I've purchased very little for these, but I'm super happy with how they have turned out. Like I said, I've just had so much fun. All right, so this is a Sesame Street theme, loose Sesame Street theme. They're just a couple of Sesame Street objects, but these labels were so darn cute. I just needed to use them. Again, OCC Shoebox Packers, thank you so much, Tiffany. So right on top, he has his little Big Bird egg. These came from the Dollar Tree, and inside his egg, he has some really fun things. So he's got a little pullback car. Oh, it's gonna drive right off the table. He also has a dinosaur, a whistle, a green whistle, and these stickers, I think I got them from the Dollar General. I just cut them up so that they would fit, but how cute are these little animals? They're so cute. I just love them. So that's what's inside of his egg. I'm going to tuck it all back in. See if I can get it all to fit. I was just really amazed at how many things I could fit into these eggs. They're pretty a good size. They're, you know, like, it's a good size egg. Okay, so there's his Sesame Street egg. And again, with the homemade coloring books, this one you can tell is from Tiffany at OCC Shoebox Packers, and she just has some super cute Sesame Street images in here for him to color. So that's his coloring book, and so of course he has a 4-pack of crayons and also a blue spoon. Now this one is a little bit different because in addition to the same blue ball that you've seen in so many of my cups, this company also gave me a bunch of these. I'm gonna show it to you, but without the logo. This is a tote bag, and it is really, really large. And I have a lot of them. And so I folded it up. Let's see if I can get it back down to, I think I folded it this way first. Oh Oh gosh, I'll never get it back in. Just folded it, and then folded it in half this way. And I was able to get it, able to get it down in the back of this cup, and then shove that ball down in there, just right on top. And so, oops, I think I need to put the coloring book in first, because the ball will kind of help it to go. So this one is really packed tight, even though there's not a ton in here. But that bag is such a nice gift, I think. They're really great quality, and so I am hopeful. Oops, my phone just said it had a low battery, so I hope that didn't mess up our video there. Anyway, so the coloring book is down in, the crayons are down in, and then I just tucked Mr. Big Bird right there on the front, and got him just right down into the bag with a little label. And so these are the cup fillers that I have been working on. I went Easter clearance shopping. Today is Easter Monday, and my daughter and I went Easter clearance shopping this morning. Dollar General has their Easter stuff 50% already. I grabbed a bunch of stuffies for 50 cents, and I still have a lot of cups, so you may see another video with some more filler from me soon. But I hope that this has inspired you. If you stuck around for this almost 30 minutes, I appreciate you so much, and I would love to have you here for more packing inspiration and ideas. If you would like to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Happy packing, friends.